Hello, I'm Mona Santana. This is my daily gratitude list where I list and talk about 5 things I'm grateful for that hopefully you can relate to as well. Number 1, I'm grateful for the James Webb Space Telescope. Have you guys heard about this thing? It's unbelievable. It's photographing such distant galaxies and galaxy formations and it's like able to see back as far back as 180 million years. I don't really quite know how to explain it all because, to be honest, I don't really understand. I try to understand, I read about it, but it's just unfathomable to me what they're able to do right now with this space telescope. I mean, I'm seeing some of the pictures that they've taken from these distant galaxies and planets and stars, and it's so unbelievable. It is the most incredible thing I've ever seen, and I think anyone on Earth or just, I guess, anywhere. But it's just so incredible that we're able to do something like this now. And I mean, this is just as of a couple of years ago. And so just all the footage and the pictures that are coming from there are just blowing my mind. And I am so unbelievably grateful that I live in a time where I get to see this. And I mean, we all do. So I'm hoping that you guys are actually paying attention to the James Webb Telescope as well, because it's like, it makes you feel like, just fascinated with the universe and just the things around us that are so far off. And, it makes you question all kinds of things. I'm just endlessly interested in this, even though I can't say I really understand very much at all, because it's just so it's like a really complicated, it's messing with my fragile little mind. I mean, I'm an intelligent person, relatively, I guess, but I really don't quite understand how they're doing that, or exactly even what they're doing when they're talking about 180 million light years. They're actually able to observe almost as far back as the Big Bang, which is just so incredible. I need to make up new words to describe how amazing it is, because I've used the word amazing for things that aren't anywhere near as amazing as this. So it feels like there has to be like another word, like uber amazing, but it is really that incredible. So if you haven't heard about it, you should really Google it or look it up in any way, shape, or form that you can, because it's just, you have to know about this. We're living in a time where we're able to do this, and so just, it's like, it would be crazy to miss out on that. So anyway, it's the James Webb Space Telescope. I am grateful for that. Like, just, it's, yeah. Number 2, I am grateful for lettuce. What a segue. So lettuce, I eat lettuce like every day. Every day I eat lettuce. I love salads. I love even like any kind of food where, you put it in a burger or a veggie burger, or you make a wrap or whatever. We eat so much salad and so much lettuce. We don't really even think about how important lettuce is to us. It sounds so absurd, doesn't it? I'm talking about the James Webb Telescope, and then suddenly I'm like, oh, I love lettuce. But I do, and I eat it every single day. And, so you have to think also, like, how did the lettuce even get into your kitchen in the first place? Well, there are people who are planting this lettuce, cultivating the lettuce. There are people picking the lettuce. There are people washing the lettuce. There are people producing the lettuce, and then there are people shipping the lettuce. There are stores that sell the lettuce until it finally gets into your hands. And so there's this whole process. And I think it's important to remember that there are a lot of people involved in bringing these things to our homes and to our lives. And you might be one of them. I don't know. I'm not, but I appreciate it, because I think without the slew of people it takes to make it so that we can have lettuce, we wouldn't have it if those people weren't doing their jobs and we weren't all just a part of this vast community. So let's remember that we're all connected, really, and So it's funny to kind of segue from this James Webb Space Telescope to lettuce, because ultimately they are connected in this really strange way, because we're a part of this gigantic universe, and it takes all of us to be able to make the world go around in the way that it does. So I appreciate lettuce. Number 3, I am grateful for razors. I don't know about you, but I like to shave my legs. And if you're a man, you probably want to shave your face, and you probably want to change the look of your, mustache or beard or, sideburns, whatever. A razor makes it so that you can do that. We didn't always have them, so, pretty much all men had beards, and, women ran around with hairy legs, which there's nothing wrong with that if you like it, but I personally don't. I prefer a nice razor, so I appreciate them a lot. Whatever suits your needs is fine. There's no judgment here about that. But I personally appreciate razors, and I think a lot of you out there probably should too, because you probably use them every day. Number 4, I'm grateful for Uber drivers. I tend to take Ubers pretty often. I would say, I don't know, at least a couple of times a week. I like that there are people who drive Ubers now, because it's actually making it so that there aren't quite as many drunk drivers on the road. So they're indirectly saving people's lives. And in some cases, directly saving people's lives. Because if you don't have as many drunk drivers on the road, then people aren't really getting killed or, damaged or, whatever. Their car's messed up. So I think Uber drivers, aside from, driving us from here to there, are also helping people not have to drive drunk. I don't know if you guys remember the whole designated driver situation that used to have to be the thing. It's like you'd go out with your friends and someone would drive, but they wouldn't drink. If even you drink or whatever. But I do think in LA, this, the whole nightlife has definitely gotten a lot safer in this regard, because it used to be really, really dangerous to drive around at 2 a.m. I mean, it still is in some cases, but not nearly as bad. They're doing a huge service for us, and it's not the easiest job, because sometimes you're picking up people who aren't very nice. I am grateful for Uber drivers. Number 5, I am grateful for tape. Adhesive tape. Well, there's not just adhesive tape. There's all kinds of tape, right? But yeah, think about it. Because there's adhesive tape that we all probably used a lot of during Christmas, the holidays, making presents and all that, or Hanukkah or whatever. But wrapping gifts, and you use adhesive tape, obviously. But then there's also packages where you need what do you call it? Where's that yellow tape? That's masking tape. There's also duct tape and electrical tape, and there's all kinds of different tapes, and I find them very useful, and we use them all the time, but I don't think we really think about how useful they really are and how important they are, because if we didn't have tape, well, what would you do? You just use, I don't know, string. That doesn't always work though, does it? So yeah, I kind of want to spotlight a little bit put a spotlight on tape. Sounds so ridiculous, doesn't it? No, it's not. There's a reason why we're doing this, because it's important to remember that our lives are full of really great things that we should really appreciate, because it makes it so that we're able to really default to a more positive and optimistic point of view. The more you practice gratitude, the more likely you are to think positively when you go through your day, and maybe there's something difficult happens, you go, oh, it's not so bad actually, because it really ultimately isn't. All of these irritations that we have and the silly things, they're really not that bad. It's not that big a deal. Nobody died. You know what I mean? Unless somebody died, in which case You have every right to grieve. And but I do think that it's just such a waste of energy to be, you know, really just always irritated by little things that don't ultimately matter. So practicing gratitude makes it so that it's a lot easier to manage those things. So I hope that you continue to join me and continue to practice gratitude regularly, so that you can fire off new synapses in your brain, in your brain, so that then you start creating new habits of thought, so that you're actually more likely to improve your base level of happiness. So anyway, I hope that this has helped you in any way, shape, or form. And I appreciate you joining me. And I'd appreciate it even more if you could pretty please subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.